Hey you guys, welcome back to Angela, and as you guys can see by the title, I want to talk a little bit more about how the narcissist pimps the empath to sell their soul. So the narcissist pimps the empath to sell their soul. So I've talked about this before. If you guys haven't checked out, the narcissist pimps the empath, and do not let the narcissist pimp you. I have other videos talking about this a little bit more in detail, but I want to talk about this again because when I made that video, people wanted me kind of to elaborate a little bit more, and there's so much really that you can talk about within this same subject to help you understand the mindset of many narcissists. And when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with people who are either living off of, surviving off of survival for the lower grade narcissist, or someone who understands the survival aspects and they're willing to get rich or die trying type of thing, where they have it in their mind, right, that they're selling themselves out so that they won't ever have to be in that lower narcissist position, right? Or they might have certain, they might have help, they might have people in their corner, family, they might have inheritances, they might have a different lifestyle that allows them to still have the intelligence to understand the lower narcissist, but an intelligence and that's higher than them. And not only that, sometimes it's not even the intelligence. Like I said, sometimes they could be about the same. They just they have different opportunities or different connections, which leads them to almost feel like they're better than that lower grade narcissist, and they will step on that lower grade narcissist's neck to allow them to understand that there's levels to this, right? But in every level, there's still the same game that's being played, but on different levels, it gets grimier. The lower you go, the grimier it gets, because now someone on a lower level, they can pimp the empath. They can do everything in their power to bring you down just to get what they want, where someone who's maybe in a higher level, they might not have anything to gain from doing this to you, or they might have more to lose to do certain things that a lower grade narcissist will be able to do. Meaning that a lower grade narcissist will sell you out, will kill you, will do things. They will do things that a higher grade narcissist will probably do too. Like the same thoughts will run across their mind, only that a higher grade narcissist, instead of them doing the actual act, they might get someone else to do it, right? So it's different levels of things. And but these are people that have basically sold their souls, and that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about how the narcissist pimps the empath, because when you leave, you understand how people get pimped, how they get played, right? And there's also, let me get there, there's also a difference between someone being a player and someone being a pimp. So before I get to that, the narcissist pimps the empath because they've already sold their soul. They've already made it up in their mind that it's going to be them until the end. They don't care who they have to cross. They don't care if they take from you, if they hurt you. They have no feelings, no empathy towards you. It doesn't mean they don't have feelings towards themselves. And sometimes, when they're human beings, so of course they're gonna have favoritism, the golden child, they're gonna have favorite supplies and things like that. But it's who you are as a character, as like, not as a character, but as a person. Who are you, right? You could be different people with different, you could have a different personality with different people and treat different people accordingly to the energy you're receiving or the energy you're getting or you want to get from certain people. So you could treat people and have different relationships with different people because people have different personality traits. So you might not treat someone from work the way you're going to treat your best friend. So we understand the dynamic of relationships. But what makes the narcissist who they are is their lack of empathy when it comes to the pain that they're causing to another person, another human. They don't feel bad about what they're doing because in their mind, they're not connected to you in any kind of way. And to the typical empath, if we're not connected to you, if you don't stimulate our mind and we don't feel connected to you, we're not going to waste our time. So what makes the narcissist someone who is pimping you is because they're actually giving you the illusion that there could be a chance, or you have a chance, or they care, or you know what I'm saying? They're giving you the illusion, and then they're taking you back into reality of who they are, the bigger picture of who they are, right? So when you're trying to tell them, okay, well, if the bigger picture of who you are is this monster, whatever you want to call it, right? If this is the bigger picture, why are you treating other people differently? And that's where a lot of empaths get stuck, and that's why the narcissist pimps their victims. That's why when you go to the lowest of the lowest narcissists and they're pimping their victims, is because you're thinking, okay, that other supply, they have this, or the narcissist is over here with this person and they have a career and they've left me here homeless or on the street, and they're over here happy over here. Or that narcissist is choosing to leave that person or exploit that person badly as well, even if they've been in a worse situation, because to them, they haven't reached their goal. So to them, it's, I already sold my soul. I'm willing to sell your soul. I'm willing to pimp you out and sell your soul until I get what I want. So now to them, to you, you might think, oh, this person's treating that person better. And to the narcissist, they're thinking to themselves, they're already moving ahead. They're already thinking, I already know what I want, what I'm going to end up with. This is why when they approach their next supply, they don't really care about who that person is on the inside. They can end up with a Jezebel spirit. To them, it's able to pimp people to get supply from them. That's the whole purpose, is to collect goods. This is how a narcissist can pimp someone, right? They can go out there and pimp a woman because the woman might feel like, hey, I ain't got nothing to offer. I'm in a really jacked up situation, or maybe I grew up like this, or maybe someone brought me down to this level. They promised, they pimped me into thinking that they love me. But really, they brought me down to this lower level. Whatever the trauma is, the story is, the narcissist is going to exploit it because they feel like someone already brought you down to this level. So now I can gain from this situation now that I'm in this low level myself. The difference is that I don't have the access that you have to getting money, because I'm a male, and the only way that I can attract a woman is through money. If I'm homeless, no woman is going to come to the streets trying to pick up a homeless man, but you have a better chance than me, so I can exploit this because I know you need something. You want someone that's not going to judge you. You know I don't judge you. We're in the boat, on the same boat or whatnot. But I'm going to make you sell your soul because I'm going to give you the illusion that I actually care about you, when really I just want to get high, or I just want to get food. They're not thinking of you as a human being. They're not thinking of you as a person. They're thinking of you as supply. That's all you are to a narcissist. That's all you are to a pimp. So this person wants to sell your soul, and they're willing to traffic you to different people in different locations and take you away from everything that you know just to get that supply. That's what makes the narcissist a narcissist, because they're not thinking of what can be the things that are going wrong in your life, the relationships you're messing up. Some of them, right, they're not thinking to themselves, look, this person is still young. You know, they still have a chance. Just like when you're dealing with narcissistic men who are pimping young boys, right, into living a lifestyle instead of teaching them tools on how to make money and how to do things the right way and do things so that they won't have to go through the things they went through. They'll pimp these kids to thinking that what they did was cool. They got away with it. They'll pimp them into starting businesses, selling drugs, and they're really taking all the money. They're making the kids sell the drugs, and they're keeping all the money and breaking them off with a little bit, because they're looking at it like, hey, you had nothing coming into this situation, so you're selling your soul to this person. And they might feel like you're young. If you go to jail, you're going to go to juvie. You're not going to go to a real jail yet. And all at the same time, I can be around your circle of friends, which is other young kids and other young girls. And now instead of getting me a woman who is of value, I'm going to get with a younger girl that I can pimp out, that I can use for my own sexual desires, so that I can bring down to my level. And and if I bring them down to my level, they might get so desperate, they might start selling their body. Nobody is ever going to want them. Nobody is ever going to want to make you a wife. No one is, I might even get you pregnant. I'm going to have a connection to you that nobody else has. I ain't shit. So I want to make sure you ain't shit. I'm giving you the illusion that this is the cool thing to do, because you're seeing your younger friends, you're seeing me, you're seeing the illusion of what I'm showing you. I'm showing you flat screen TVs and a nice car, and now you're running away from home, and next thing you know, you're selling your soul to someone, and by the time you wake up, you're like, I didn't even have a childhood. This person was human trafficking me, because that's what they're doing. They're trafficking their supply. They're taking you out of your family, your friends, your friendships. They're taking you out of your space, your upbringing, your level of intelligence, your growth. They're stopping your growth. They're stopping where you're supposed to be heading to in life. They're stopping your journey. They're cutting it short. They're not even thinking, hey, this person, they still got their whole life ahead of them, right? They're thinking, what about me? I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be in this world. I didn't ask for these type of parents. I didn't ask to go through all these things. No, I didn't have anyone guiding me. I had to learn the hard way. There's times where they understand that they're doing certain things out of survival, and they might even feel bad a little bit, but not enough empathy to say, I'm going to let you go, because they're desperate to get your energy. They're desperate to get your supply, and misery likes company. They also don't want to be alone in that misery. They'd rather go through homelessness, misery with someone than go through it alone. That's why you'll see a lot of them paired together with someone, and it doesn't mean that they love that woman. It means that that woman is bringing them some type of supply. They can use that woman to pretend to have a child, to to push a stroller. They could, I need money to feed the kids. They can use that woman for many different tools. And that's how narcissists treat all of their supplies, from the lowest level to the biggest level. So now a narcissist is someone who is trying to who's trying to pimp you and sell your soul, and they're trying to traffic you. They might even give you like a CEO pimp, like try to give you opportunities where they're going to start a business and they might hire you on to their business. You might think, oh, I just met a guy. He got his own business. He owns this shop over here. He has nice cars, but he has other supplies in line. He has other women working in different businesses. And I've ran across, just like my half brother's grandfather, he would always say, if I wasn't so old and I still had, my youth and I could open up businesses right now, I would hire a whole bunch of women, because a lot of women are you can trust them more, even though that's not really the reality of it, because they're thieving too. But they're easier to control, and that's what it was, right? They're easier to control. So to them, I'd rather control different women in these businesses because they're getting something out of it. They think that I'm doing something for them, but they're actually doing something for me, because I could hire a whole bunch of men, but she's going to be my eyes. She's going to be my ears. She's going to listen to all the conversations that the men are having. If she sees or senses something, or her woman's intuition kicks in, she's going to tell me. So while giving, they might give you the illusion of giving you an opportunity, but they might not be paying you what they're supposed to be paying you, or they might be paying you. You might be getting some money, and that's what will also keep you there, because you're like, the money is good, right? But then you don't know they might tell you to put certain things under your name. They might different things. You might even become aware that you might not be the only woman. You're getting the benefits out of it. So the moment that you start to understand what you're dealing with, and you're okay with it, because the role is different. It's not you giving your money away, it's someone giving you money. You might think, oh, this is different from a change. I'm not being pimped. But you're still being used, because the narcissist definitely plans on taking from you in the end, or they plan on damaging your life or taking opportunities. So they might start off where, they're helping you, they're giving you a job, you're helping them with their businesses. There's other women might be even helping. They might promise you things, might promise you a career, right? But in the end, they're not going to give you the career. In the end, all you got was gifts in exchange for them exploiting you, exploiting your feelings and emotions. Because to them, you were nothing but a placeholder. You were nothing but a security guard. You were nothing but a shield. You were nothing but a protection for them. Their eyes and ears in that, and this is why they hired you, because they're like, okay, I will lose more money if I hire all these men, but if I can get different women working in these businesses and have relationships with them, if I'm sexually active with them, I can take possession of their minds. I can control their mind. I can control their spirit. And I will have them sell their spirits out. You know what I'm saying? And then if you grow accustomed to what they're giving you, they might even target you with other narcissists. They might have... You might start, they might introduce you to a different lifestyle, and now because of this, now they're going to be sending some of their narcissist friends or people in their social circles to pass you around, and you might be unaware of it, or you might not know that these people know each other, or they might reach out to you online and you don't know these people are all connected. But the simple fact of the narcissist dropping the mask and you seeing parts of who the real them are is their way to keep pimping you and selling you out. They want you to sell your soul, because the more evil you know about them, the more fuel it gives them, because they know I'm controlling you, maybe with the sex, right? this is how they're controlling your soul. That's why you got to be careful who you're intimate with. They might feel like they're controlling you this way. And, you know, if anything you try to do to them, you're hurting yourself. They feel like anything I do to you, I'm hurting myself. But if you don't know that I have backup plans and I have other supplies, then I'm in the clear. But the more aware you become that I might not be what you thought I would be, you still stick around even when I apologize and keep doing it again. You know what you're doing? You're selling your soul to me, because you become you become more and more desensitized with what I'm doing to you, and you allow your guard to go down, and you're basically putting me in a position to say that I'm the one in control. You're giving me the power. You're submitting to me. And because there's this role that even women in society have talked, women are taught that you have to be submissive to a man, right? To the narcissist, it's like I'm giving you a choice, and you're deciding to stick around and submit to me, even knowing that I have imperfections, right? But they sold you a dream. They pimped you out. They're basically having you, like I said, sell your soul out. Because the difference, now going back to the pimp and the player, right? A lot of narcissists, this is what when you feel like you got played, you got used, you got manipulated, someone used you for their own sexual desires, they exploited your body, they were so desperate to exploit your body in every possible way. They wanted your goods, they wanted everything about you. When you see that they were so desperate to want these things that they were trying to ruin your life or make you do bad choices, no one can make you do things, but they were manipulating you to make bad choices. They were manipulating you, and what the narcissist will say is, you should have known this. What people will say is, you should have known this. You shouldn't have allowed this, right? Or how could you allow someone to do certain things? People don't understand until they've been manipulated by these type of people and the promises that they've made. And people don't realize that there are people that exploit people's vulnerabilities. They're used to maybe their family and friends gathering around when something happens, or giving them words of encouragement, or they might be used to going through things and seeing that when people see you going through something, their attitude kind of changes, right? So if you're crying in public or something, you went through something traumatic, you'll see that certain people will look at you, or certain people will be like, I hope you feel better. That empathy comes out of people, right? Not saying that you're trying to get that attention. I'm just saying that that's the normal reaction that you would probably get from someone, but not when you're dealing with a narcissist. With a narcissist, the moment you show that weakness, that's going to be their cue to manipulate you. So this is why when people ask you, how did this happen, or you should have been brighter about the situation, or when they started showing you red flags, you should have fled. But a pimp is gonna try to buy you. That's their whole purpose. A pimp is gonna try to buy you, where a player don't gotta buy you. A player might tell you, I'm married, but you wanna go out to eat for dinner. That's what a player would do, because there's no need to manipulate to manipulate you, and it's not going to feel them to manipulate you and hurt you and try to ruin and inflict pain on you for the long run. So a player might be honest with you and tell you, hey, I'm married. And if you're the type of person to mess with married men, they're not going to respect you. A player is not going to respect you, and they're going to be like, bitch, I don't respect you because you don't respect marriage. And you can say, I'm the one that don't respect marriage, but I got to deal with the consequences of cheating if I get caught. So the moment I tell you I don't want to mess with you, you should be okay with that, because I already told you up front that I was married. So that's wrong. So what that person would do is try to reach out to the wife. Oh, your husband did this, that. But you knew this person was married. So why are you even... Because you got emotionally attached to this person. But this person is saying, hey, I don't want to pimp you. I played you. I played you because I'm not leaving my wife, but I'm not going to pimp you. I'm not going to drag this relationship on and leave you and leave my wife and pimp the both of y'all and go back and forth with the both of y'all. When I said it's over and that's it. And if you reach out to my wife, then I'm going to have to deal with what comes with that, because I played them and we didn't have that arrangement. Some people have arrangements. So if you're dealing with someone who got an arrangement, you're going to feel really dumb, because now you're telling someone that already has an arrangement with their husband, and they don't want to hear what you got to say. They want to act like it don't even exist, because there's a different level of respect in that relationship. That person doesn't believe in playing that person. They have some type of loyalty to that person. And just like the narcissist sees these type of men, they'll say, oh, well, they do it too. They do it too. Right? They're no better than me. I just go back and forth. Why do the act at all? Why even be a player at all? Right? A player might also leave their playing ways behind and make a mistake that they're willing to show that person that they're taking the steps to change, or to not, or they might not even have an affair. They might have just made a mistake and never did it again, right? A narcissist won't admit what they're doing. They won't take accountability. You would have to take pictures and become a whole private detective in order to get a real answer. And even when you show them proof, they might still keep denying it. That's because the narcissist doesn't want to relate to your emotions. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about what they're doing, because they don't respect you as a person. Where a player, they're still going to respect you as their wife. They're still going to respect you as their partner that they've been with for years, so they might have played somebody, but they also are aware that they can play themselves doing that. So they have more of a higher intelligence and understanding that they're playing themselves when they're playing other people. So when they do play the game, they're not going to keep playing they're not going to keep playing a dangerous game to the level of diabolical that it can get with a narcissist. With a narcissist, there's no limits to what they will do to break your spirit, to break your soul. A player might, go on a couple days, play you for a little bit, but if they see, okay, now I'm ruining this person's life, shit getting too deep now, or I've been honest with them, and I was honest with them from the start, but I can tell that based off of their emotions, they care about me more. They could be a danger to me, my life, even though I've been honest with them about everything. A narcissist could be honest to you about everything, but the difference is a player is going to say, no, I got to take a step back. I can't deal with this person no more, because I kept it real with them, and now it's getting diabolical because they still got some unhealed trauma, or they don't really know what they want in life. A narcissist will look at it like they got some unhealed trauma. This could be dangerous. I'm ruining this person's life, but I don't care. You see what I'm saying? I don't care. So this is why I say being with a narcissist is different. And when you're with them, they're basically pimping you, and they're pimping the empath to sell their souls, because there's no limit to where the narcissist will go with you. They're not thinking twice, right? They're not thinking. It's like someone, when you're dealing with a narcissist who's pimping you and trying to destroy your soul, you're gonna have a narcissist that, like a what do they call it? The Romeo pimp. A Romeo pimp that promises you things. They have to build a friendship. They have to build a relationship. They need to know everything about you, your trauma, what are your wants, how much they can take from you. They have to study you and make you feel like they're on your side while promising you things, right? And once they get in with you, all the things that they promised, they're not going to give to you because they bought you. A pimp buys you, and then once they buy you, they start selling you. They start selling your soul, right? They start making you do things, sexual acts with them, with other people, or whatever the case is, or you're their personal slave. They're making you do their laundry, making you cook for them, making you do things that you're not in a wife's position to do so, but that's what they're doing, right? They're adding you to their roster. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, a narcissist who is romancing you and trying to make you put your guard down, that situation is going to be different from someone who's not trying to manipulate you. Because someone who's not going to manipulate you, they're not going to switch, and everything that they promised, they're going to pull through and do those things. They're going to show you with their actions. But what the narcissist will do is that they will get you to think, hey, this is who I am this is the best version of me. This is who I am when I'm happy. This is who I can be with you. And you'll start feeling butterflies in your stomach. You start feeling like, man, I think I found my soulmate. Like they're showing you this side of them that makes you feel like your life will even feels complete. You feel like my life is complete. Now you start thinking about the future and shit. And the narcissist can read your thoughts, so they start talking about the future. They start promising you things. But they're really just trying to pimp you. They're trying to buy you, right? Some people, right? Some people are put in arranged marriages, right? You could buy my daughter because you're a good provider. You're going to take care of her. She's going to give her children. She's going to she's going to be at home. She's going to take care of you. You're buying her in exchange for, she's going to do something for you. You're going to do something for her, right? The narcissist buys you, making you believe that, hey, I'm going to do something for you. This is how I'm going to treat you. This is what I expect of you, right? But then everything changes, and now they only want you to do what's expected of you because now you're a slave to them. And everything that they promise you, they're not going to do. So they buy you. They ain't talk to your parents about it. There's no arrangements made. They're just trafficking you. They're just taking you away, promising you shit, trafficking you, and then to the point where you can't even go back to your family and friends and your old life because they done broke you down so much that you don't even want other people to feel sorry for you or help you or anything. And then they take off with someone else, and you know that most people, they're going to say, well, why would you allow someone to do that to you? And there's really no words to describe what these people will do to you. And you'll think to yourself, well, because when they bought me, I didn't know that they were buying me to do these things, right? You didn't even know they were buying you and using you as supply. You were thinking, I fell in love. You weren't thinking it was a transaction. So then people start to, oh, well, how could you fall with someone that low? Or how could, when they weren't doing this or that for you, where are your standards at? Where are your boundaries? People start questioning everything. You're like, no, everything was unconditional on my side, but everything was conditioned on their side. and you weren't aware of it. And the more you tried to give unconditional love, you thought one day it would be unconditional, and it never turns out to be that way. They romance you, they love bomb you, they are sexual with you, and that gives you the illusion of something that's unconditional, because those are unconditional things that you don't give to everybody, right? And now the narcissist is letting you know, no, everything's with conditions. And you're like, well, what the fuck did I get out of it? Right? What did the things that I wanted, I didn't get out of it. This is why I said the narcissist, they pimp you out and sell your soul, because even with certain pimps, right, they might not sleep with that person that they're doing business with. They might understand that, hey, I understand you're on a low position, I'm in a low position, but I know you got tools that you can use that can help you, and I know I got a tool that can help you too, and that's safety. I'm here to make sure you're safe, and I'm not here, I just want what's mine, nothing more, nothing less. And this person can have that same type of relationship dynamic with many other people. And then sometimes, because of the lifestyle, certain people do fall in love, they have children, they have dysfunctional relationships, right? But you're gonna see the dynamic of when you're dealing with a narcissist, they're not going to take care, they're not going to build these relationships and make money, and they're not going to give back. Like, if they're put in a position of having all this money that they're getting from different people and different supplies, they're going to use all this to just get more supply. They're not going to take care of their home. Basically, they're not going to take care of their home. Everything is going to be used to get more supply. So this is why I say the narcissist, even to the lowest of the lowest, there's nothing that they won't do to sell the empath out, to kill your spirit. They could take you down to a very, very low level. You got some narcissists that, like I said, they target you when you're young. You got some that, they see dysfunction in your family, or you're going through it. They want to take opportunities from you that you don't even know they wish they had. Some of them can't even get a regular job, so they're like, they're jealous of you in that little McDonald's job that you got. You know what I'm saying? That's how low a narcissist can go to try to break your spirit, break your soul. Is that things that you might not appreciate, they might be envious and jealous of. And these will be the things that they will use to target you and break your spirit. And then there are some who, if you're not living right, and it doesn't matter if you were forced in that, or you were forced in that situation, or you didn't have anyone to guide you, it doesn't really matter. The narcissist sees it as, this is what your job is. They'll force you to do it. They'll force you. You don't even need to like them. They don't have to like you. They could just kidnap you and break your spirit right there and traffic you like that, against your own will, and put fear into you, to the point where you're so fearful. And then now when they're being kind to you and giving you food or something, you think, oh, there's another side to them I could tell, and it makes you put your guard down, and then they try to make you feel like, they start telling you their sob stories of trying to force you to like them, and next thing you know, now you think you like them, but they're fucking playing tricks with your fucking mind, because they know they're holding you captive to begin with. You even know that they're holding you captive, because your intuition is always going to want to tell you to run away from this person or leave or not talk to them, but they're going to force themselves impose themselves in your life. until you submit to thinking you're in a relationship with them, and then you're gonna realize you're in too deep, and you might, while you're going through it, you're not going to understand the relationship. There's something wrong, but you're not, it's going to be difficult for you to leave. It's just, you're going to feel like they brought you down so much that you don't know who you are once you leave, because the little bit that you knew about who you were as a person and your identity, you feel like they were the last person you were with before you got lost. So if you leave them, you feel like you're gonna be in the lost and found, and no one is ever gonna find you. So you almost stick around because you're like, my past doesn't exist, but you saw who I was right before I died. So you're almost hoping that this person will change so that you can have life again, so that you could feel like they were worth the sacrifice, right? Because you realize life is too short, and you feel like, hey, nobody knows me and this narcissist. They can say he's a narcissist, but nobody knows them the way I know them. But it always ends up the same with the narcissist trying to steal your soul, because no matter what you say about these type of people, they're not like a player. This is like almost like a pimp mentality, where you have to think about it. Who comes into people's lives, fucks up their life, fucks up their health, because health is something you can't get back, and this is what they do, because this is what they did to me, and it makes me, I cry about it a lot, because they took my career, they took my family, my friends, everything, right? I lost everything. And one thing about losing everything, that's cool. Like, it's not cool, but it's like, you feel like you can lose everything. You can still make it in life. It might take you a long time. Sometimes you can't do the things you once did, and now you kind of got to live a different life, and you feel like, hey, life goes on. I could keep moving on in life even if I lose everything. As long as I got life, I'm good. But when your health is gone and you're seeing yourself die every day, you're basically like, bitch, just kill me now, because I'm already dying. My health is so fucked up. Like, I don't want to suffer anymore. I feel like a wounded animal that's like, just put me out of my misery. And that's what people don't understand, why you're sitting there like wanting your health back. At least you're like, okay, they took everything, but I at least wish I had my health back, because when I met them, like, oh, this wasn't me, right? You don't recognize yourself. You're like, this is not me. You don't feel happy. You don't feel, they take the joy out of everything. You're living off of reality, and there's no more dreaming anymore. You almost feel like you just feel like a slave. And when a narcissist brings you to that level, you turn around and look at them, and their skin is glowing, and they're online making videos and being positive and doing things that they never did with you, and you're seeing that they're treating others better, and they're trying to make it seem like they care about others, and they're showing up to other people's funerals while killing you while you're alive. And you're looking at them, how they're being compassionate to other people, and their skin is glowing, their hair is growing, they're just glowing. And you're like, dang, I'm sitting here like, can't even get out of bed, even though I want to. I'm sitting here like, the things that used to matter, doing makeup or doing my nails, those things don't mean nothing to me. Like, I don't even have the energy for that. I don't even want to put the energy into that, because for what? To attract a narcissist? So that someone can like me? No, they can like the real me without anything. If not, if they want something superficial, let them get something superficial. But those things don't even those things don't even excite you no more. Those things, you don't even look forward to those things. And certain people, they leave the narcissist relationship and their life ain't that fucked up, so they can go and date again. They don't have a problem dating. They got kids. They don't even be scared to date again while they have kids. They still haven't really learned their lesson. They still like sleeping around with people just because they're going through it and they're sad, or maybe they're lonely, so now they're doing reckless shit. But those of us who the narcissist destroyed to a different level, we don't have the energy to do certain things that other empaths can do. So then this is why we make videos and try to tell people and warn them about people like this, because you'll sit around and think to yourself, this person pimped me, trafficked me, used me sexually, and promised me all these things, and I rubbed their back when they had long days and they had back problems. I was giving them massages every night. I was treating them like a king, like a queen. They, when they got sick, I took care of them. They told me if I got sick, they would take care of me. They told me if they didn't have a car, if I didn't have a car, they would drive me to work. They would do all these things, and then in the end, you lose your car or your home or your health and all these things, and they're nowhere in sight, because their whole thing was to pimp you and to sell you out. And you got to think about it. For someone to do all of this damage to you and then go laugh with the new supply, and then on top of that tell you what they did to you to your face, laugh at you, or not take accountability and say, oh, these were your choices, right? A player is going to say, hey, this person, they're in too deep with me. Ain't no point on dragging this shit along. I don't want to be responsible if something happens. A narcissist, they're going to take it so far. They're going to take it to the point of death. They're not going to say, they're going to tell you, well, you should have never stayed with me. You should have left me when I showed you that I wasn't going to change. And you're going to sit there, but you promised me this, you promised me that. They're going to say, well, I don't care. You should have seen that I didn't do it over and over again, what you wanted, and you should have left. So they'll put the blame on you, but you're thinking to yourself, when does a person say to themselves, I can't give this person what they want and just leave them alone, right? You're not going to have that when you're dealing with a narcissist. They will pimp you out to the point of death. So that's my message. That was something that I wanted to elaborate more about, and I hope that this message was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, share your experiences and your thoughts. If you guys want a book, you guys know my information will always be on the description. And as always, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.